Have you heard the news? If you've been keeping an eye on the world stage, you've probably noticed something incredible. Africa is on the rise, and it's not just catching up. It's making a comeback like never before. Today, we're here to spread the exciting story of Africa's remarkable history and its monumental resurgence through the ages. Africa's history is a dazzling tapestry woven with the incredible stories of countless empires, civilizations, and cultures. Picture this. From the groundbreaking innovations of ancient Egypt, often hailed as the cradle of civilization, where mummies, ancient technologies, and the world's first textbooks came to life, to the mighty Carthage Empire, a Mediterranean powerhouse that dared to defy Rome while riding on the backs of colossal elephants. We'll then venture into the Malian Empire, the land of gold and knowledge, a place that once hosted Africa's very own Elon Musk long before electric cars were a thing. And of course, we can't forget the Zulu kingdom, known for its fierce spirit, a Mapiano fire, and its unyielding resistance against the forces of colonialism. This video is your passport to a world of history, where we'll shine a light on the rich and intricate tapestry of Africa. It's a story marked by the rise, ascendancy, and eventual decline of powerful empires, each of which played a vital role in shaping Africa's destiny and left an indelible mark on the broader world. But hey, before we dive headfirst into this riveting journey, consider giving us a little love by hitting that like button, sharing this video, and subscribing to Melanin Rich. Your support means the world to us, and it's what keeps our channel growing. Now, without further ado, let's embark on this incredible adventure through the records of African history. Ready? Let's roll! Ancient Egypt, the legacy of mummies, pharaohs, and innovation. Our first stop? The mystical world of ancient Egypt. Nestled along the fertile banks of the Nile River, Egypt wasn't just any civilization. It was the first of its kind, dating back to around 3000 BCE. But what truly set Egypt apart from the rest of the world was its intimate connection to the life-giving Nile. This magnificent river wasn't just a waterway, it was the backbone of this flourishing society. Within the golden sands of Egypt, a society of unparalleled complexity flourished. It was a world of hierarchies where art, architecture, hieroglyphics, and a rich religious tapestry thrived. But it was more than that. It was a place of innovation, the birthplace of mummies, the cradle of cutting-edge technologies, and even home to the earliest textbooks. Imagine the Old Kingdom, spanning from 2700 to 2200 BCE as the age of the Great Pyramids. This was when monumental wonders like the Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, graced the landscape. Pharaohs, believed to be living gods, wielded absolute power, while a well-oiled bureaucracy ensured the state ran like a finely tuned machine. As we journey into the Middle Kingdom, from 2055 to 1650 BCE, we discover an era of stability and cultural enlightenment. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Egypt faced its share of challenges during the Second Intermediate Period when the Hyksos, a foreign group, briefly ruled parts of the land. Now picture the New Kingdom, reigning from 1550 to 1077 BCE as a time of revival and territorial expansion. It was during this epoch that remarkable pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, and the famous Tutankhamun held the reins of power. Egypt's influence extended into Nubia, modern Sudan, the Levant, and Canaan. The renowned religious text, the Book of the Dead, emerged during this period, offering profound insights into Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. But as the saying goes, all great empires have their sunset. For Egypt's New Kingdom, that moment arrived during the Third Intermediate Period, spanning from 1077 to 656 BCE. This was an era marked by the arrival of various foreign powers, from the Assyrians to the Persians and more, each taking their turn to seize control of Egypt. Despite the gradual decline, the contributions of ancient Egypt in the realms of science, art, architecture, and its everlasting cultural influence continue to shape and inspire the modern world. The Kingdom of Kush, Africa's ancient powerhouse. Now, let's journey southward to encounter a formidable African civilization known as the Kingdom of Kush. Nestled in the lands we now call Sudan, Kush shared a captivating dynamic with its northern neighbor, Egypt. At times, it paid homage to Egypt, serving as a vassal state, while at other times, it boldly seized Egyptian territories. The Kingdom of Kush made its grand entrance around 1070 BCE during Egypt's third intermediate period. It was a realm marked by a unique culture and language, entwined with a deep fascination for Egyptian traditions and deities. So much so that Kushite rulers adopted Egyptian titles and even constructed pyramids, echoing the architectural style of their counterparts to the north. One of the most enthralling chapters in Kushite history unfolded during the 25th dynasty, stretching from 760 to 656 BCE. This was when Kushite pharaohs took the reins in Egypt, and one of the most illustrious figures of that time was Pianki. He conquered Egypt and established the 25th dynasty, marking the pinnacle of Kushite power and influence. The Kushites even ventured into victorious military campaigns against the formidable Assyrians in the Levant. However, the era of Kushite dominance in Egypt, like the most captivating tales, was relatively brief. The Assyrians, in the end, emerged victorious, defeating the Kushite rulers and reclaiming control over Egypt. Nevertheless, the Kingdom of Kush continued to exist for several more centuries, even if its influence waned over time. The Carthage Empire, Daring Defiance, and Elephant Rides. Our expedition next takes us along the northern coast of Africa, where we arrive at the awe-inspiring maritime empire of Carthage, nestled in what we now know as Tunisia. In its prime, Carthage reigned as one of the mightiest and most influential cities in the Mediterranean. This remarkable city was established by Phoenician settlers in the 9th century BCE and rapidly bloomed into a major trading hub and a naval dominion. Its dominion extended over a vast maritime empire that included parts of North Africa, Sicily, Sardinia, and even stretches of modern-day Spain. But Carthaginians were more than just sailors. They were skilled traders who spun a web of commerce that stretched across the entire Mediterranean. However, the story that truly etched Carthage into the records of history is the gripping saga of their epic confrontations with Rome, better known as the Punic Wars. The First Punic War, which unfolded from 264 to 241 BCE, was a relentless tussle for control over Sicily. In the Second Punic War, from 218 to 201 BCE, the ingenious Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca embarked on a daring invasion of Italy, complete with his legendary crossing of the Alps, riding on the backs of those spectacular war elephants. Hannibal's victories in Italy were nothing short of amazing, but it was the Third Punic War, from 149 to 146 BCE, that sealed Carthage's fate. This devastating conflict culminated in the complete destruction of the city at the hands of Rome. Carthage was brought to its knees, its people either perished or faced enslavement, and the Roman Republic annexed its territories. The Kingdom of Aksum, where African Christianity blossomed. The Kingdom of Aksum, nestled in what we now call Ethiopia and Eritrea, stood tall as a formidable regional power. What sets Aksum apart is its remarkable fusion of indigenous culture and the early roots of Christianity, making it a true historical gem. The kingdom's climb to prominence can be traced back to the 1st century CE. Its strategic perch along the Red Sea handed it the reins to crucial trade routes, particularly those that linked Africa with the Arabian Peninsula and the Roman Empire. Aksum's wealth and sway were intricately tied to its control over the trade in ivory, spices, and other precious treasures. The kingdom's prosperity found form in its grand stone obelisks, some of which soared over 100 feet into the sky. But the true marvel of Aksum's history was its embrace of Christianity, casting it as one of the earliest Christian kingdoms with a unique tradition. Christianity made its debut in these lands during the 4th century CE, not just marking a pivotal moment for Aksum, but for the history of Christianity itself. This transformation left an indelible mark on the religious and cultural identity of the region. In the 4th and 5th century CE, Aksum reached its zenith, stretching its influence into the Arabian Peninsula, parts of modern-day Sudan, and the Nile Valley. The kingdom's most illustrious ruler, King Azana, played a pivotal role in shaping Aksum's legacy. His inscriptions in Ge'ez, a Semitic language of Ethiopia, provide invaluable historical and religious insights. However, the 7th century CE brought challenges, as Islam rose to prominence and Arab conquests reshaped the region, eventually leading to the kingdom of Aksum's decline. But even in decline, the kingdom's legacy endured. It fractured into smaller states, and the echoes of its Christian heritage continued to resonate in the Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox churches. The tale of Aksum is a testament to the intricate tapestry of African history, where cultures and traditions interweave, creating a narrative that stands as a testament to human history. The Songhai Empire, the African Colossus. Venturing into West Africa, we encounter the Songhai Empire, a colossal force located along the Niger River. This empire, among the largest in African history, succeeded the Mali Empire and reached its zenith during the 16th century. The rise of the Songhai Empire owes much to its exceptional leaders, particularly Sunni Ali and Askia Muhammad Sunni Ali. The founder of the Sunni dynasty, Sunni Ali, expanded the empire's territory and consolidated his power through a series of military conquests. His successor, Askia Muhammad, was a devout Muslim who brought stability and good governance to the empire. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Songhai Empire was its well-organized administrative structure. The empire was divided into provinces, each with its governor, while a central government oversaw tax collection, trade, and the military. The capital, Gao, became a bustling center of commerce and culture. The Songhai Empire reached its greatest territorial extent under Askia Muhammad. It exercised control over vast portions of West Africa, stretching from the Atlantic coast to Lake Chad. This era was characterized by a strong Islamic influence, with Timbuktu once again playing a pivotal role in the dissemination of Islamic scholarship. Unfortunately, like many great empires, the Songhai Empire faced its downfall due to a series of events. This included a Moroccan invasion in 1591, which saw the deployment of advanced firearms against Songhai forces. As a result, the empire fractured into smaller states, and the once great cities lay in ruins. The Mali Empire, where gold flowed like water and knowledge thrived. We now arrive at the previously mentioned Mali Empire, another jewel of wealth and knowledge in West Africa. This empire's rise to grandeur was intricately linked to its mastery of the trans-Saharan trade, where the treasures of gold and salt flowed like rivers. The story of Mali dates back to the 9th century CE, when it was part of the Ghana Empire. Over time, Mali steadily gained its independence, emerging as a unique entity in the 13th century under the visionary leadership of Sundiata Keita, its first ruler. The empire expanded at a remarkable pace, swallowing up territories in present-day Mali, Senegal, Ghana, and Niger. Mali was renowned for its immense wealth, largely stemming from the abundant gold reserves found within its borders. The legendary city of Timbuktu, perched on the southern edge of the Sahara Desert, blossomed into a vibrant center of trade, culture, and knowledge. Its numerous libraries and universities drew scholars and students from across the Islamic world, like a beacon of enlightenment in the heart of Africa. Yet even in the filthy rich records of Mali's history, one figure shone particularly bright: Mansa Musa, who reigned during the 14th century. Mansa Musa, a devout Muslim, once embarked on a legendary pilgrimage to Mecca. During his travels, he generously distributed vast quantities of gold, earning him a reputation as one of the wealthiest individuals in history. One might even say he was the Elon Musk of his time, making waves wherever he went. But, as is the way of great empires, Mali, too, had to face its twilight. The empire's decline was a complex interplay of internal discord, external invasions, and shifts in trade dynamics. Over the centuries, Mali weakened and eventually disintegrated in the 16th century. Nevertheless, Mali's legacy lives on, an essential thread in the rich tapestry of West African history and culture. The Benin Empire, where art came alive in bronze. Now, let's venture a bit south to present-day Nigeria, the land that became the Benin Empire. This empire etched its name in the records of history through its incredible artistry, particularly in the realm of bronze casting. You see, the Benin Empire was a hotbed of cultural achievements and artistic prowess. This African powerhouse sprang to life around the 13th century, thriving through trade with neighboring states and even European powers, including the Portuguese. Its heart, the city of Benin, now known as Edo, was famed for its colossal city walls, an intricate network of earth and fortifications that stretched for miles. These mighty walls weren't just for show. They shielded the city and its precious trade routes. One of the most remarkable legacies of the Benin Empire is its art, especially its bronze and brass sculptures. The kingdom's artisans were masters at creating intricate and lifelike depictions of royal figures, animals, and scenes from daily life. These artistic wonders have left an indelible mark on both African and Western art, celebrated for their exquisite detail and vivid storytelling. In the realm of politics, the Benin Empire was characterized by a strong central authority under the Oba, who held sway over both political and spiritual matters. However, as time marched on, the empire's relations with European powers, particularly the British, took a sour turn in the late 19th century. In a twist that could only be described as a betrayal, a punitive expedition in 1897 led to the sacking of Benin City, the looting of its artistic treasures, and the exile of the Oba. Eventually, the Benin Empire was effectively absorbed into the British Empire, becoming part of the British Protectorate of southern Nigeria. While the empire itself faded into history, its cultural heritage and artistic achievements continue to be celebrated and preserved, an everlasting testament to the enduring power of art. The Kingdom of Zimbabwe, where mystery meets monumental architecture. Now, let's briefly journey to the southern reaches of Africa and uncover the enigmatic Kingdom of Zimbabwe. Here, the spotlight shines on their remarkable stone architecture, particularly the city of Great Zimbabwe, the kingdom's bustling capital. This awe-inspiring city was painstakingly constructed between the 11th and 15th centuries and stood as one of the largest stone structures in pre-colonial southern Africa. Imagine massive stone walls, imposing towers, and a labyrinth of enclosures all woven together. The exact purpose of Great Zimbabwe still dances in the realms of historical debate, a tantalizing mystery that keeps us intrigued. While historians may not see eye to eye, it's widely believed that this incredible city served as a hub for trade, a spiritual center, and a seat of governance. The wealth of the Kingdom of Zimbabwe flowed from its control of trade routes, particularly in gold, ivory, and other sought-after treasures. The city of Great Zimbabwe was strategically perched along these vital trade routes, allowing the kingdom to amass considerable wealth. But it wasn't just about economic might. The kingdom also boasted a powerful army and fostered strong relationships with neighboring states. Yet, even the most splendid of chapters have their final paragraphs. The decline of the Kingdom of Zimbabwe remains veiled in speculation. Various factors, from shifting environmental conditions to political unrest and even the exhaustion of resources, are believed to have contributed to the eventual abandonment of Great Zimbabwe and the kingdom's decline. The Zulu Kingdom, where culture, Amapiano, and resistance reign. Our journey now carries us to the southern reaches of Africa, where we encounter the mighty Zulu Kingdom. Imagine a land where the Zulus, a Bantu-speaking people, forged a formidable empire in the early 19th century, all under the remarkable leadership of Shaka Zulu, a name that still resonates through the records of history as one of Africa's most illustrious military leaders. Shaka brought about revolutionary changes in Zulu warfare that would leave an indelible mark. He developed the bullhorn battle formation, which was as strategic as it sounds, and introduced the iconic stabbing spear. This transformed the Zulu army into an unparalleled force, a military powerhouse in the region. Under Shaka's visionary leadership, the Zulus expanded their territory, becoming a major power in the region. But this is where history takes an intriguing twist. As the Zulu kingdom's star ascended, Europe began to cast its colonial shadow over Africa. The British Empire and the Zulus found themselves on a collision course during the Anglo-Zulu War of 1879. It was a clash that would ultimately lead to the defeat of the Zulu forces and the colonization of their lands. However, this is where it gets truly fascinating. The Zulu culture and identity persisted. The Zulu people endured as a significant cultural and political force in modern South Africa and across the broader African continent. Their traditions, music, and dance, which you might know as Amapiano, continue to captivate and inspire, proving that even in the face of adversity, cultures can stand strong and resolute. The Kingdom of Ghana, where West Africa's trade thrived. We head back into the heart of West Africa and unravel the story of the Kingdom of Ghana. Older than both the Songhai and Ghanaian empires, it was among the first in West Africa and held a pivotal position at the crossroads of critical trans-Saharan trade routes. Imagine its capital, Kumbi, a bustling urban hub with two distinct districts, one for Muslim traders and the other for the king himself. This economic prosperity, coupled with relative stability, attracted merchants and travelers from far and wide. The tale of Ghana takes us back to around the 6th century CE when this vibrant civilization began to take shape. The rulers of Ghana, known as the Ghanas, were the guardians of these trade routes. They ensured safe passage for caravans and cleverly levied taxes on them, which, in turn, fueled Ghana's might. With this revenue, Ghana built a formidable military and established a sophisticated system of governance. However, as the wheel of history turns, empires rise and empires fall. The decline of the Ghana Empire came knocking for various reasons. Internal conflicts, external invasions, and shifts in trade routes all played their part. In the 11th century, the Almoravid Berbers, a North African Islamic dynasty, swept in like a sandstorm, disrupting Ghana's power. Eventually, the once mighty empire fragmented into smaller states, and its unified existence became a tale of yesteryears. The Oyo Empire, where Yoruba power resided. The Oyo Empire was nestled in what is present-day southwestern Nigeria. This empire held a prominent place among the Yoruba states, marking its presence with centralized governance, military might, and unique religious customs. The roots of the Oyo Empire dig back to the 14th century when the city-state of Oyo was first established. From these modest beginnings, the empire gradually extended its reach through a shrewd combination of diplomacy and military conquests. Politics in Oyo was marked by a strict hierarchical structure. At the pinnacle sat the Alaafin of Oyo, the supreme ruler, while the Oyomesi, a council of chiefs, played a pivotal role in the governance. Now, what made Oyo stand out even more was its control over vital trade routes. The empire levied taxes on a range of goods, including the precious kola nuts and even slaves, adding to its economic might. Furthermore, Oyo was a vibrant center for art and culture. The Yoruba people, celebrated for their intricate wood carvings and rich religious traditions, created a profound artistic heritage that continues to captivate admirers to this day. That said, the Oyo Empire, despite its strength, found itself grappling with internal strife. Factional disputes and challenges to its authority began to erode its foundations. External pressures added to the turmoil, with attacks from the Fulani and British forces further contributing to the empire's decline in the 19th century. Yet, the legacy of the Oyo Empire and the remarkable culture of the Yoruba people persists in the vibrant tapestry of Nigeria's history. Their traditions, art, and rich heritage remain a testament to the enduring spirit of a remarkable civilization. The Swahili city-states, East Africa's chill trade hubs. Finally, our journey quietly ends on the serene shores of East Africa, where the Swahili city-states thrived. These independent trading communities, spanning from modern-day Somalia to Mozambique, emerged as key players in the legendary Indian Ocean trade, connecting Africa, the Middle East, India, and Southeast Asia. The Swahili coast was a bustling hub for maritime trade, with cities like Kilwa, Mombasa, and Zanzibar at the forefront. These coastal cities flourished as intermediaries in a trade network that dealt in precious commodities such as gold, ivory, spices, and, sadly, slaves. What makes the Swahili city-states truly fascinating is their cultural tapestry. They were a melting pot of influences, from the Bantu people to Arabs, Persians, and Indians. As a result, the Swahili culture and language emerged as a unique fusion of these diverse elements. Furthermore, their adoption of Islam played a pivotal role in shaping their society and values. Yet, like the ebb and flow of the tides, the Swahili city-states experienced a decline. Several factors contributed to this shift. The arrival of the Portuguese in the 16th century disrupted established trade routes, and the rise of other European powers in the Indian Ocean region also played a role. Over time, these once prominent city-states lost their standing in the global trade network, but their legacy endures in the stories of the past, echoing through the sands of time. Africa always finds its way back. As we conclude this remarkable adventure, two things become undeniably clear. First, what is happening right now, despite being remarkable, isn't new. Time and again, the African people have always found their way back. Second, we can only stand tall when we stick together. Though long gone, The legacy of these empires endures in the cultures, traditions, and identities of modern African people, inspiring those who seek to understand the depth and complexity of the African experience. Indeed, the resilience and adaptability of African societies as they navigated the challenges of change and external pressures is truly commendable. We've come to the end of this video, and we're eager to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos to spread the good news of Africa's proud history and resurgence as we look forward to more adventures in the rich tapestry of history. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring and discovering the wonders of our melanin-rich world.